Kemba Walker just got bought out by OKC and is going to New York.
Yes, sir.
Jalen,
Yes, sir.
are the Knicks now a team to be feared in the East?
Look, man, I think this kind of evens out the East and West, honestly. I don't think they're a team to be feared because you still have Brooklyn. You know, it's a pretty monster squad, and we can't forget about the Bucks, and we can't forget about ATL. You know what I mean? This team is a very good, I say, 6th or 5th seed. I'm not going to lie to you.
So they're going to be worse
okay
than last year.
The East is they're getting good. They were the 4th seed.
They were the 4th seed.
They were the 4th seed?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The East is really good this year, so we're going to see. We're going to see.
Yeah.
We're going to see.
Yeah, I think the East definitely stepped it up, starting to even out. The West has always been the better conference, you know.
Right.
Every year they always had the better record against the East. Now, you know, the Bulls revamped their lineup, Miami, and now, as you said, the Knicks. You know, I think signing Kemba, I was first very surprised. I didn't expect that. Kemba coming back to MSG after that. I don't know if you guys saw that crazy game.
Cardiac Kemba.
Cardiac Kemba, baby. That was nuts. So hopefully we'll get more moments like that in MSG. I think it's a low risk, high reward kind of situation. Only paying him $8 million, you know, for like 2-3 years. And there's obviously the health. That's a major factor for Kemba. But, you know, as long as he can stay healthy, I think he's that clutch player that the Knicks need. If you guys saw in the playoffs, obviously there was a lot of pressure on Randall and he couldn't handle it. And, you know, the other teammates weren't able to take that pressure off of him because there aren't that many players that can create a shot on the Knicks. But now you have Evan Fournier and you have Kemba Walker on this team, which, you know, puts the weight off Julius Randle's back and makes it a little less fun.
I got to ask you guys a question. I know you guys both are Knicks fans, right? So if Kemba Walker, right, we've seen for the last 2 years, what has Kemba Walker really done in the league for his teams that he goes to? He's a cancer. He doesn't really do anything. He doesn't really produce like that. He doesn't hold up to his standards, does he?
I wouldn't say he's a cancer.
I mean, every team he goes to, they don't do well. They don't do well. Celtics did not do that well yet last year.
What other team was he on?
Charlotte?
I know, yeah. So he was with Charlotte, and there
he made like
right. That's what I mean. So Charlotte and Celtics, right? Let's take those 2 teams. They didn't really produce like that. He looked good in the beginning years of Charlotte, but kind of dwindled out. Celtics, I don't think he looked good at all. I wasn't impressed at all.
He was hurt. You can't So
in the beginning of the season, he played. Did he not?
No, he was injured in the beginning of last season.
He didn't play 40 games last season, I think.
He didn't play the first couple months of last season.
Yeah, it was very inconsistent.
Maybe
he came in, he had a knee issue.
Exactly.
Yeah, he would miss time. He'd rest back-to-backs.
I think this is a perfect he's in a good situation right now.
It definitely is a picture. It is picture perfect.
How is he's perfect?
He's going to a team that needs his abilities.
Do they really need him? They have Emmanuel quickly. They have Derrick Rose. Why do they need Kemba Walker? Explain that to me.
Because we saw last year, as Jacob actually brought up great points, as in Julius Randle, he couldn't do it by himself. Derrick Rose helped out. Derrick Rose was great, but they need a facilitator. Kemba isn't the best facilitator, but he is a facilitator. And they brought in another guy like Evan Fournier, and Knicks did exactly what they need to do in this offseason.
Yeah.
The thing where they probably made a mistake is bringing back Rose, and I can probably guarantee that he will be traded at some point during the season.
Interesting.
Because they're crowded.
It's a little crowded in the back.
What are they gonna do? How they gonna get minutes for Quickly and for now their
rookies also
and McBride and Obi they need to find time for those guys.
I'd say Evan Fournier was the perfect pickup for the Knicks, right? I just don't think Kemba is that point guard that you guys need. You know, it's a great narrative. Yeah, he's coming back to New York. It's a great narrative. It's a really good narrative. It's a great story. But when you realistically look at it, right, from a basketball standpoint, I just don't think he's what you guys need. I think you guys need a true facilitator. As you say, he's not that great of a facilitator. He can facilitate, but he's not a great facilitator.
He's right, so bottom line, he's an upgrade from what they had, and
I'd rather him than Elfrid Payton. I'll tell you that for sure.
You'd rather him than D Rose or Emmanuel?
That's a good point.
I feel like D Rose actually held his own last year. He had a really good year. Really good year.
He's a good backup point guard.
Yeah, I mean, even when they threw him in the starting lineup, it was great. But then what happened to the bench? during the playoffs. Derrick Rose came in and he dropped 25, 30 points when he was starting, but then, he people coming off the bench, they don't have that.
It was Emmanuel Quickly's first year.
Yeah. And I think it's very cool that Quickly experience. True, and now he has that 1 year experience. Right. He went to the playoffs, and now he has KEMBA and Derrick Rose to learn from. Which
I think that's really good. It's a really good situation for Emmanuel Quickly, right? Mm-hmm. But if we're talking about the future of the Knicks franchise, right? Where do you guys see them falling next year?
What are you falling?
Yes.
Like the seed?
Yeah, seed. Yes.
As you said, 5, 6, 4, one of those.
Yeah, if we're being realistic, obviously there's a great team, but basketball is just getting better by the year. Teams are getting better, and the Knicks did the right moves. They turned Reggie Bullock and Alfred Payton into Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker, which is a significant, clear upgrade in my opinion. However, there are a lot of other great teams in the East, especially. So I think the team ceiling, although they will probably end as a 4th, 5th seed, is like no later than the second round again, which I still think is great because. Same situation with the Bulls. They haven't made the playoffs for a couple of years, but the fact that they're competent again, I think that's already a success in its own. Last year the Knicks had a successful season, and if they, obviously we would want to see them go far, but just going to the second round, and like showing that you're a competent team, especially in a big market like New York, I think that's what Kemba Walker will bring.
So as Knicks fans, you guys are telling me it's okay to be in the second round. Just make it. If we make it to the second round, we're happy.
Better than
if we make it to the second round, we're good.
The Pistons in the 14th seed is the way it has been for us for 10 years. So yeah.
I mean, you guys made it to the second round yesterday. Where's the improvement? You feel me?
The Knicks are in prime position. They have all the assets and are in position to go out and get that high-level star at the trade deadline. We hear stuff about Bradley Beal. We hear stuff about potentially Kawhi. What's going to happen there? Maybe Paul George, Dame Lillard.
Yeah,
they have everything that a team would want.
Yeah,
and more.
They have the assets. They have young players.
As we saw with Chicago, what they did in one season, and then one off season, they flipped their entire franchise, and now they're a scary ass team.
Yeah.
Why can't the Knicks do that? Why can't
I don't know. I mean, you're talking about trading now. We were talking about Kemba Walker on the Knicks, right? I just don't see that happening.
No, but I just don't see it. They're improving. Their team is improving. Their team, right as it is right now, is better than it was a couple months ago.
And the management, they have done
that's a fact.
Fantastic job. Leon Rose and West. Ever since they came in, they've done more damage than Steve Mills has done, or whoever the Knicks GMs were in the past 10 years. He's making a difference. He's bringing this culture back to New York. So whether or not it fits, I think they're making the right move. So, we're going to see what happens this season.
Yeah, they're headed in the right direction, but Kemba was not the turning point. He's not.
I think the factor is the health. I think Kemba is a very capable starting point guard in this league, 4-time All-Star from my knowledge. So if he could play like that, if he could stay healthy, if he could, be a leader for this team alongside Julius Randle, it could work out.
Well, let's see.
Bottom line, they second year with Tibbs. Everyone's still getting together. RJ's developing. Quickly's developing. Obi. They're all developing. Mitch is back. I think he's at like 280 or some shit like that.
He's building some muscle finally.
What was he before?
250. I don't even know. I don't know, but he put on.
Okay.
He ate some food, and they're looking. I'm excited for what the Knicks are gonna bring. But moving on.
Oh, you said time out. Did you say get a ring?
No.
I'm excited for what I forgot what I said, but I'm
something about bring. You said bring.
Okay, I thought you said ring. I was about to say, come on now.
We're getting to that ring.
That's coming soon.
That's coming soon.
No, sir. It's coming on the way. 5-7 years, bro. There's no.
As long as I'm alive, when I see them get that ring, that's all that matters.